I was born and raised on a farm in the western part of Oklahoma. And I got up every morning. From the time I was 5 years old, I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go feed the hogs with my dad. And I went to a one-room schoolhouse with 8 grades and 1 teacher. And there was no kindergarten, but I started in the 1st grade. This is 1945, the fall of 1945. We were poor, meaning we lived off the land. We had chickens. My mother we didn't have any electricity. My mother she'd cook fried chicken for breakfast because we're gonna have to have enough left over, especially in the summertime, to take some fried chicken with us for lunch. When I was about 8 years old, we left the farm we were Okies that went to California. And we moved around all over. In fact, we moved about every 6 weeks because we'd go for 6 weeks for peaches, then we'd go to another place for cherries. We had about 25 families that were living in one-room cabins. And we got the last cabin, and we didn't have any showers or anything. It was actually a renovated chicken house. They had scrubbed it down with alkali, and so we all lived in. My mom and my dad and my sister, we lived in a 1-bedroom, small, tiny kitchen, and we had no electricity. For some reason, I wanted to do something big, even when I was a child. I would say big stuff, like I was a dreamer. Somehow I was born as a dreamer. I don't know why. Guess it's in my brain. Then I was encouraged by my 1st grade teacher, Miss Beck. Miss Beck told Alan Beck that he was smart. And from that day forward, I made all A's for the next 13 years in my life. I never made anything below an A because that teacher told me I was smart. My vision from the very start was to restore, in my book, that there's 3 traits. I looked at the history of education in America, and I realized that it started with 3 things. It said the first federal law passed by George Washington said that as we grow this nation, he said we're going to have emphasize 3 things: religion, morality, and knowledge being necessary for good government and the happiness of mankind shall forever be encouraged in our school system. So I wrote a book called Dream for America. I wanted to restore the emphasis on out of religion comes morality or character, and out of character, then we add knowledge, because I'm a student of Abraham Lincoln as well as George Washington, and Abraham Lincoln said everybody should know the Bible, even if you don't believe in it, because it's a key to understanding America, because the Bible was the #1 book for 200 years in this country before that. And when I applied, they said, well, there's 700 other people who have applied for a charter school contract. They said, so your chances are very slim that you'd ever get one. We're only going to give out 40. I said, well, I filled it all out and turned it in. And when I turned it in, I started asking people to come over to my house because I was going to start hiring my teachers. I assumed I was going to get it, even though I didn't have a contract. On March the 6th, the State Board of Education met, I guess in Austin, and they decided to give out 40 contracts. That's March 6th, but on March the 7th, I got a phone call at 8 o'clock in the morning. I picked up the phone and someone said, did you know your name is in the paper? This is March 7th, 1998. And it says that you got a contract to open a charter school on August the 17th. I said, I did? I said, well, yeah, it's on page so-and-so.
They didn't even send you a letter?
No, I didn't even get a letter. I just got this call from somebody that saw it in the paper, and I had stopped taking it because it cost 25 cents a week. Brooks Flemister called me and he said, we were supposed to give out 40, but we gave out 41 because you tied with number 40, so we gave out 41. You got number 41. It takes unusual people to do unusual things. And I have unusual, even from childhood. I mean, I would do unusual things because I believed it.
You had unusual faith.
I had unusual faith. Whenever I had the faith for it, I knew it was going to happen. We went to 84 students in the first week. From 53 to 84, they suddenly found out we existed, and 30 more students showed up. So then we had to hire extra teachers to start. The reason they were coming is because their children felt safe, because they were coming from a school district where there was drugs and all kinds of gangs, and they said, our kids feel safe. We didn't even have a playground, but said, it's because you are providing a safe environment.